Hey, folks, we got a guest today, and her name is Dr. Parsons, owner of Naturopath Health Center. And Dr. Parsons is a director of chiropractic and is a certified clinical nutritionist and has earned 2 diplomats. Well, she has a lot that she's done. And last time you were on our show, you had a lot of wealth of information. Folks, let's give a round of applause for Dr. Parsons. She is that. And today's subject, she says, is conquering the yeasty beasties once and for all.
That's right.
The yeasty beasties.
The yeasty beasties.
How are you, girl?
I'm awesome.
Good
How
to
are you?
see you.
Good to see you.
Right on. So, what are the yeasty beasties? I'm going to get comfortable because it's our show.
Get
okay,
comfy. So, here's the deal. Inside our body, there's this whole ecosystem. We have millions and millions of bugs. Not things with like flies' wings and that kind of stuff, but yeast, parasite, bacteria, that all is inside of our body. And some of them are supposed to be there. And I'm checking you out.
I got
There's
bugs
some
in
distance here.
I got
yes.
bugs here? Okay.
So some are good for you. Some are actually harmful. Now, yeast in particular is a sneaky little sucker, because it's what we call opportunistic. So what that means is we're supposed to have some yeast in our body. It's normal, it's natural.
Okay.
But this little critter waits for the right opportunity. Are you ready?
Oh, God, you got...
Are you ready? Okay. So the right opportunity would be you ate maybe some waffles or pancakes, or maybe you're eating a lot of fruit because fruit's amazing here in the valley. Maybe you're under a little bit of stress, getting a little sniffle, so you take that antibiotic, or maybe you love beer.
I love beer. I like it.
So those things actually feed a lot of bugs, but yeast in particular. So when yeast has that opportunity to start to grow more yeasty beasty babies, they kind of overthrow the ecosystem, and they become the dominant little critter. Now check this out, ladies, heads up.
Oh, write this down.
All right. So, how many of you say, I have to have my chocolate, I have to have sugar, I can't not have it, I crave it? It's not you, my friend. That is not how God designed you. It could be your yeasty beasties. They are hijacking your body and manipulating you into believing that you need to eat these sugar things or things that get converted into sugar. So it's not really you, it's them. Now, we don't like anyone to control us.
That's right.
Right?
That's real.
We want to be in
That's
control.
real.
We think we're in control. But when we cave into these cravings that are really intense, sometimes it's these yeasty beasties hijacking us.
Dang, yeasty beasties.
Suckers, I
I
know.
know. What the yeasty beastie boys? Go on. Jeez.
So for a lot of women, we are familiar. I'm going to go someplace.
Okay, go there. Take us there.
Some women have yeast infections in the vajayjay, down in the hoo-ha. Guys,
The hoo-ha?
the hoo-ha.
Okay.
Guys, you're familiar with jock itch, athlete's foot. Those are all yeast infections. So yeast can be inside of our body or it could be outside of our body. It can cause digestive problems. I'm going here again.
Okay.
Diarrhea or constipation, or you have what I call the combination of diarrhea, constipation. So a lot of people think, well, that's just how I am. But that really isn't how you were designed to be. That might be how you are in the moment because you're out of balance.
Well, yeah.
So remember, yeast is opportunistic. It's hoping that you're going to feed it. It's hoping that you're going to get stressed out so it could make more yeasty beasty babies. It really loves it when you cave in and feed it. That's not good.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No.
Feeding the yeasty beastie guys.
No.
Mm-mm.
So this is a very chronic condition in a lot of people. And when I was practicing back in Houston, I had a patient, and we did a poop test. We discovered he had a yeast infection. We put him on the diet, bug killers, the whole thing. Was feeling great, got his life back. 3 months later, he was back to step 1 again, feeling horrible. Did a poop test.
Because he was eating the same
had
stuff,
the
I
yeast.
bet.
Yeah, so I got mad. I've declared war. Because I don't like it when I can't get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
And for him, back then in the 90s, there was a lot of information about what foods you can eat when you're trying to do a candida cleanse. Now, there's a lot of information out there. The Googler is not always your friend. So you really want to go to an expert, someone like me, who's trained 24 years in trying to figure this out. And he was eating an apple because all of the books said it was okay. He was eating rice. Fruit, grains, alcohol, and dairy will perpetuate a yeast infection.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of people are like, well, what else is there? Chocolate? Well, not if it's milk chocolate or sugar. So that means you have to really make sure that you're eating your meat, your non-starchy veggies, which, side note, those are actually carbohydrates. There's a lot of confusion out there about carbohydrates. What do you think a carbohydrate, a non-starchy carbohydrate is?
A potato. No.
Non-starchy.
No. Non-starchy. No, potatoes are starchy.
Help them out. Broccoli, yes. Lettuce, spinach, cucumbers, those types of things are non-starchy veggies. And we have a lot of them. Zucchini, summer squash, all of those really yummy things. Mushrooms are a fungus. They're non-starchy, but when we're trying to get rid of a yeast, which is a fungus among us.
Fungus among us. I like that. Fungus among us.
Then some people, we have to pull mushrooms out of their diet. Temporarily, while we reclaim the body that God gave us to restore the balance that we're supposed to be in. So I tell people we can use food for good,
yes,
or for evil.
That's real.
Food is medicine, and if you are choosing a food that's telling your body to go rogue, the consequences are going to be your health. So for babies, that looks like thrush in their mouth, that white goo stuff. It could be reflux. That's a very, very common symptom that people suffer with. I work with people all the time on that. So they go to their traditionally trained doctor. I have reflux. What do? They give you the magic pill that shuts down your digestion of protein.
I don't understand that.
I don't either, but that's why I'm a cool doctor.
Show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that actually perpetuates the problem because our number one defense from a food digestion standpoint is our stomach. If we're not making enough hydrochloric acid, that's like our secret weapon God gave us. If we're not making enough stomach acid, when we eat those foods, and a lot of our foods have yeast in it. If you're eating leftovers that's been left over for more than 24 hours, you're eating aspergillus. I hate to tell you that, but you are. That's just how the environment is. Yeah, you didn't know you were having a nice
I'm trying to figure out that word you just said.
Aspergillus.
What the heck is that?
It's a critter that is a common thing in our food. If overripe fruit also will start to grow aspergillus, and you can't see it unless it gets really furry, and then most people don't eat it.
A science project. Okay.
Yeah, a science project. So when we're eating food, if we don't make enough stomach acid, that's what's supposed to kill off a lot of these bugs. Okay. So all of these people who are on antacids, who are shutting down their stomach acid production, it's like opening up the door for, come on, bugs, I'm a wonderful host. I will feed you. I will keep you at a 98.6 degree body temperature. I will nurture you with my glass of wine. All of those things that will then cause the body to thrive in growing yeast.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That is wow. And it's the right food you got to eat out there.
Right.
A lot of folks do a lot of drive-through or a lot of fast food, too, and that's not good.
Well, it's good for your yeast. So it depends on whose team are you promoting.
Right? Okay, I see what you're saying.
It's all about strategy in life.
I like that. And tell us about the stress. How's the stress work?
Stress is a big deal. As many people know, stress can cause the body to get out of balance. When we're under stress, it actually lowers our immune system. Stress, the whole stress response happened to save us, to protect us from the predators. It's supposed to be a turned on, run from danger, fight the danger.
Yes.
And then turn off. Well, in our modern society, stress volume's on high. We put too much in our day.
Yep.
We skip meals.
Check.
We don't eat the right foods.
Check.
We eat faux foods, science foods.
Check.
We eat rancid foods. We eat all sugar-based foods. And then we say we only need 6 hours sleep. So we're doing a lot of things to promote internal stress. And when our immune system gets suppressed and we're stressed, if you think about the response, fight or flight, when you're running from the tiger, is the priority digesting your hamburger? No. It's to increase your heart rate, get muscle fired up, blood flow going so you can get safe.
Yes.
Doesn't care about the donut you just ate. So stress will actually slow down digestion.
You hear that, folks?
So now we're walking around stressed out, not eating right, not sleeping well, and we're wondering why now you need this medication. Now you need this medication to counter that medication, and you start to spiral. Well, you and I both know the body can heal.
Yes, that's
Sometimes
a fact.
we have to get out of our own way, but the body can heal. And the cool thing is there are people who've studied and dedicated their lives and careers, like myself, who can help you get to the end result faster. Now, if you want to go through 24 years of schooling and training and nonstop learning, you go right ahead. But if you want to cut to the chase and get back on track,
There you go.
then that's where someone like me comes in. And that's why I created my program, Conquering the Yeasty Beasties, once and for all. Not just temporarily, but once and for all. We forget how much power we have, and unfortunately, it starts with food.
That's the number one source. Number one source. Product in, product out.
But we still have to address the sleep and the stress. There's not enough stuff to keep you going if you're not using food first as your medicine and then supplementing. Now, yeast, once again, it's sneaky. It's a sneaky little sucker. It's like trying to get rid of all those darn cockroaches.
And cucarachas.
Ugh.
They're all over the place.
That's right. But think of
gosh.
that inside your body. So I know it's gross.
Cucarachas in your body.
But
Ew.
yeast doesn't have all those legs. So just to let you know, no visuals. But
The worms?
well, that's parasites,
Okay.
which you still can have if you don't have enough digestion stuff, that hydrochloric acid. You're not killing off a lot of those bugs that are naturally in our food.
Wow.
It's naturally in our food, which is a whole psychological. I try not to think about that because it's. Blah. But that's the truth.
You're going to have me a worm burger. I'll be right back. No.
You, as your body owner, it's up to you
Yes.
to take care of this beautiful body
That's
that
real.
God gave you.
Amen.
And it's not to relinquish power over others who just want to write a prescription and give you a pill.
That's real. We don't want
Because
that.
we want to get to the root,
Hello.
right?
That's
it's
it.
all about getting to the root, figuring out what you need to get back into balance. And the body knows what to do. Sometimes we just need to let it do what it's supposed to do. But it's like you want to drive your car to New York, you're only going to put a half a tank of gas in.
That don't make sense.
But you still want to go to New York.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing that happens with our body. I want that waffle. Okay, you can have it,
Then
but you can't negotiate with your physiology. You can't debate yeast. They're going to win every time.
Yeasty beastie boys.
Man, I'm telling you.
God. Oh, man. So you got to watch out. Folks, Dr. Parsons here is just a wealth of information. You were on our show last time, and girl, you kept on going and going and just on and on. Tell us about your course here, Go.
Well, I developed a course actually for a telesummit, the Sexy Younger You and the Anti-Anxiety Telesummit, because I deal with yeast issues literally every day in my private practice. And I have combined all of the tips, tools, the truth about where yeast is hidden, how do you get it. Like a lot of you are at risk because of the toothbrush that you're using. A lot of you are at risk because you're eating a lot of yogurt because you want the pre and probiotics. Same food feeds your yeast as feeds the good bacteria. So for some of you, those things are not the right thing to do at that time. So I've taken everything, and I'm telling you everything. I went back into the research. I pulled in all of my years of clinical study, and I created a 5-week audio program. This program, once you sign up, it will be emailed to you in your inbox. There's handouts, there's quizzes. I'm telling you, nothing has been left out.
Wow.
Which blows my mind because usually there's like that, oh, this thing, but it truly is the most complete program I've ever created because I've dealt with this personally and in so many people for so many years. So if you feel like you're one of the many people who have an imbalance, and it's not always that you're going to feel pain in your intestines. For some people, if you've been on a lot of antibiotics, you probably have a yeast overgrowth. If you're under chronic stress, you have those yellow fingernails, that's a yeast issue. If you are a diabetic, you're going to be battling yeast all the time because you have this elevated levels of blood sugar, which is sugar, which will constantly promote yeast growth. If you are eating the bad foods, you're eating actually yeast-based foods, bread that rises, that's yeast. So this is a program designed to help people really learn the truth, not the Googler stuff, but the real truth about the foods that will cause you to thrive and the foods that will cause your critters to thrive. So you get to pick whose team.
That's it.
And it takes you through foods, supplements, restoration, and then how to prevent, and also how to figure out food allergies as we go into food reintroduction. And the other cool thing is I've merged my program with Chef Varouj Kakishian, who's an amazing gluten-free chef.
He is. He was on the show, too. We had him on the show.
Yes.
Love
Heaven
that
forbid
guy.
if you have us together.
Oh, yeah.
You'll
I see
never
you
get
guys
a word
together.
in edgewise.
Oh, yeah.
So, but we've merged our programs, so you will also get his blessing, which is the ability to create amazing food that will not feed your yeast and will not leave you feeling like, I can only eat cardboard because that's the only thing yeast won't eat. Because if that's the truth, then you won't do it. So this program is amazing. It changes lives and it saves lives.
You go, girl. 25 years?
24.
24 years in the training, specializing.
Not bad because I'm 30.
What, 6 years old? You started out there reading that C. Dick, Jane.
Yep,
Yeasty beasties.
Yancy,
Beware of yeasty
Jane bred from
beasties,
yeast.
Dick and Jane. Oh, growing up.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Isn't she awesome, folks? Isn't she awesome? I'm telling you, this wealth of information. How can we get in contact with you?
That's really easy. If you're here local and you feel that you need one-on-one assessment, personalization, then you can call my office, 447-1404, and that's area code 559. Or check out my website. There's a tremendous amount of information. My Yeasty Beastie program isn't up there yet. It will be soon. But my web address is www.naturalpathfresno.com. Naturalpathfresno.com. Have to enunciate that.
I love that. Hey, thank you for being on our
Thank you
show,
for
guys.
having me.
Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. And I understand you got a dance competition tomorrow,
Yes,
too.
I do.
Oh, quick, give me less than 30 seconds about that. real
Fresno
fast.
Dance Classic will be at the Doubletree downtown. We start tonight. I'm competing tomorrow at 12:30
Woo!
because I got rid of my Yeasty Beastie, so I can do it.
Yes. And what kind of dance? What kind of dance?
Cha-cha, country two-step, nightclub two-step, West Coast swing, triple two.
Celebration right here, folks. Let's give it up for Dr. Parsons. Thank you for being here. Folks, we're going to be right back right after these messages, and thank you for joining us on the
Thank
show.
you.
Stay tuned.